nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Chiefs and the Vikings. All that and more. Coming up next.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Well, the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
After seeing what he did last week, throwing 4 touchdown passes, I had to go to my thesaurus to try and come up with some great words for what he did. I'm still coming up blank. He was scintillating.
I'm going simple. I don't have your thesaurus. I'm going dynamite. He was dynamite.
I'll take it.
They run with a second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you'd consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
This defense for the Vikings, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. The Chiefs at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Yeah, offenses are always trying to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in the game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, they had the solid field position there to start the opening drive and didn't have to really move it too far to be in range and take the 3-0 lead.
And a lot of times I think that even I look at this a little bit negatively because of where they started with the field position. Hey, they still got 3 points out of this drive. Got a little momentum going. Got things set up for the rest of the ball game. Take the 3, be happy, and move on.
So here are the Vikings set to go to work, and they're led by the leading passer in the NFC a season ago. Now in his 12th year, 6th as a Viking, Kirk Cousins.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ezra Cleveland, the guard, called for the penalty there. On the give, here's McBride. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now Cousins. Addison hauls it in. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. Takes it to about the 37. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They enter play here, number 11, just outside the top 10 in the league in stopping the run.
They're not an elite unit. They're not, as what you'd say, the top part of the league against the run. They're a solid group, though. They do a good job. What they're looking for in this one, though, is an elite performance.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 6. Mahomes going to throw. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Those are the words you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the 1st down. Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Over the middle, complete to Addison. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
And there's a pretty play from Addison. It seems like a perfect fit for the Vikings. Obviously, Minnesota loves receivers who produce, and Addison, one of college's best and most productive receivers the last couple of seasons.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Here's McBride. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And now a run with McBride. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9. A run here with McBride. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. Here's Pacheco once again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you see.
And I think the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Cousins now. And his pass incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. He'll get it inside the 20, and he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The linebacker Jordan Hicks flying in there for the sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Cousins on 1st down. He gets it to Addison. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end.
Okay, Brandon,
so
thank you very much.
Something from that distance, but to no avail.
But first, let's
comes
get
up
everybody
empty
caught
as we
up
have
with what's going on
the intermission.
around the NFL
as we'll head down
here in
to
Week
Orlando.
5.
That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll begin up in the Mile High City. The New York Jets in town to take on Denver. And a touchdown separating these two as they've gone to halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Jacoby Brissett leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And that one all tied. Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd down, here's McBride. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Cousins. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Cousins now on 2nd down. All right, rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. That is a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job, forcing the takeaway there to start the half, and now can the offense follow suit?
And you'd better believe that one side of the ball feeds off the work of the other, so they'll want to come out, establish some rhythm, and go down and take the lead.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Throwing now is Mahomes. A pass complete downfield. It's Valdez-Scantling. Down the left sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for KC. 49 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Mahomes now on 1st down. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Isaiah Pacheco, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead is now 10-7. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Meanwhile, Cousins with a throw here caught by Addison. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
First down. Here's Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Off the play fake, Cousins. They'll find Osborne here. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run on first down. McBride, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On second down, it's McBride. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. On 3rd down, McBride. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Blankenship's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So with less than a minute gone by here in this 4th quarter, the field goal there gets this thing back to even.
And it's setting up for a fantastic finish, isn't it, partner? It's been a well-played game, a hard-hitting game. The fans are into it. The announcers are into it. This is going to be a great 4th quarter.
Here's Richie James on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Chiefs offense ready to go again. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. In motion right is Tony. On first down, Mahomes. And this one is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The 71 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Again, it's Pacheco. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Mahomes. Able to find Gray here.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdes-Scantling. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 1st and goal. Here's Pacheco. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Mahomes to throw it. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. This crowd doing all they can. Here's 3rd and goal. Mahomes. Flush to his right. Touchdown! Richie James from 10 yards out. And the Chiefs have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the...
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Here's the call. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So Cousins and the Vikings trailing 17-10, a minute 11 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. This definitely four-down territory at this point, but a critical third down, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He's got McBride. Now he's free up the right sideline. Off to the races. But he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
I'll tell you what, this is not for the faint of heart right here. Fourth down, this is taking a big risk. But it's as good a play call as you can imagine. And the defense just not able to come up with the stop they needed. And this is not just a first down, but a big play as well.
Here's Cousins. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Cousins. That's complete to Chandler on the check down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. One last shot now for Cousins. This ball intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. But Charles, a heartbreaking way to lose this game. They got into position for that final play, had a decent look toward the end zone, but ultimately picked off, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, they gave themselves a great opportunity, didn't they? They'll replay that snap over and over. But sometimes you just have to give credit to the other side. Defense stood up in the final moment and came through with the interception.
So for Kansas City, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they will head back home next week.